This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me? Yes, yesterday class topic is we are discussing database connection, right? So guys, in the database connection, the database connection. Yes, yesterday directly we are writing the physical connection, right? So we are writing the connection logic, yes. But today class, let me go with the connection pooling concept. Yes, connection pooling is nothing but what some third party they'll maintain the group of connections. From the group of connections, just you can get the connection, use the connection, guys. So you no need to create the connection, right? Because connection pooling means group of connections are already existed. So they'll create the group of connection. Someone will create the group of connection. Maybe some third party or maybe server side connection pooling we will maintain. Someone is maintain the connections, guys. You try to get the connections and try to use the connections, right? Try to get the connections and what? Try to use that connections, right? Exactly. Okay, so total two ways I will do. One is like third party maintain the connection pooling. Third party connection pooling. The second way is what? Server side connection pooling, guys. Third party connection pooling and water. The second way is like server side connection pooling, right? Those two ways we will see, guys. Good. Because first ways you can go for the third party connection pooling. Third party connection pooling means what? Complete some different guys providing connection pooling, guys. So to some different guy will maintain the connection pooling. Here I will go for the Apache vendor. Because here I will go with what? Apache vendor connection pooling. So the Apache vendor giving some classes to maintain the connection pooling concept. Because Apache vendor is given some classes, something like basic data source class, these classes. Yeah, basic data source. So this is given by Apache vendor, guys. Basic data source class is given by Apache vendor to maintain the, yeah, this is yesterday class, right? Just printing the records and all. Yeah, working with the database, guys. This example we have to see continuation. Here in this example, today let me work with the third party vendor connection pooling concept, right? Yeah, so for the connection pooling, guys, take some connection utils.java file. So where we create the Java file. Okay, definitely, if anyone missed yesterday class, they try to check yesterday class, the continuation of yesterday class, this code. Hmm. Java resources src com.tcs. Display already is there, customers already is there. Next one, you can take normal class, guys. Java class I am taking here now. So take the normal, don't take the solid, guys, normal Java class. In the normal Java class connection utils, normal Java class, I'm writing the connection pooling logics, right? Exactly. Guys, the connection utils, here I write the connection pooling logic, guys. Can I take the static block now? If I take the static block, during this class loading itself, the static block is loaded, right? Because during class loading itself, the static block will be loaded, right? Exactly. Because and basic data source is a class which is given by Apache vendor, so that we have to import require the jar file, right? Yes, he's taking the basic data source reference variable here. Basic data source equal to then static block is creating object of basic data source, and he's setting simply connection properties, guys. Driver class name, URL pattern, username, password, how many active connections you require, set max active connections, so that this pool will maintain the total 10 connections, right? Okay, this pool will maintain what total 10 connections, guys. So first you have to download this jar file, guys. Basic data source, so like the jar file is called commas-dbcp.jar, guys. Guys, what is the jar file name here? commas-dbcp.jar, commas-pool.jar. Total two jars required, guys. Let me download the commas-dbcp and pool.jar files. Hmm, I think in downloads, let me check that files are available. Commons-, yeah. Yeah, see this code, guys. Commons-dbcp.jar and commons-pool.jar files are there. Just let me copy these two jar files, guys. These two jar files. See, I given the links also here. Java 2s dot download commons-dbcp commons-pool, right? Just let me copy the jar file. Let me place into the lib folder, guys. So web content folder, web INF folder, and what lib folder, right? Just you can place the two more jars here. Good. Now you can try to import, guys. Just place the cursor. Now it's asking. Just to import the statement, like to import the data, see, Control Shift O will import the things, guys. Control Shift O. See guys, arg.apache dot commons dot dbcp dot basic data source class, right? Yeah, given by Apache Software Foundation, guys. Given by arg.apache, right? Guys, given by what? Arg.apache, right? Exactly. Yeah, this connection pooling is ready. Then what I can do? Go to the customer servlet now. In the customer servlet, yesterday what we are doing, we are writing the connection logic, right? Can I comment these two lines of code? Can I comment these two lines of code? Can you write the connection logic for getting the data from the third-party connection pooling, guys? This third-party connection pooling, what is the reference variable you took? A data source is reference variable, right? And this data source variable you take in the static variable. So that can I call connection.utils directly, right? Yeah. Yes. Can I call the connection data? Connection utils data data source reference variable, right? Connection utils contains the data source reference variable. Connection utils contains the data source reference variable. Yeah, data source reference variable, right? Yeah, connection utils data. I'm calling this data source reference variable, guys, because it's a static type, right? That's what I'm calling using connection utils the data source, right? Yes, connection utils the data source data. You can write get connection method directly. Guess get connection method, then it directly returns which object, guess your connection object, right? That's it. Connection and what the connection you can get. That's all, guys. We done the task. Is that clear? So you don't need to write the connection logic, guys. Directly, third party is maintain the connections, right? 10 connections is maintaining, and he given the reference variable, right? The pool managers, like the guys who are maintaining the pool, they'll create the connection pooling. They'll give the reference variable to you. Using the reference variable here, what is the reference variable they given? Basic data source reference variable is data source, right? Using the data source, simply data source data get connection I'm using. Data source dot get connection method I'm using, right? Yes, exactly. Here I have to change the code, and wherever I use like this one also, right? Here also I'm creating connection yesterday to read the display the records. Can please comment this code? Yeah, comment this code. Just you can place this code, right? That's it. Okay, this is third party connection pooling. Third party connection pooling means we are writing the code in the separated class, and we are maintaining the data, right? Exactly. Is that clear now? Good. Yes, can please check whether this code is working or not. Just right click on the project. Right click on the project, run as run on server. Simply click on next and click on finish. Yeah, click on next and what? Click on finish. So the welcome file is displayed. This is like third party connection pooling maintenance, guys. We write the connection pooling code separately given by Apache Foundation given some classes, right? Using that classes, I'm creating connection and I have the reference variable. Using that reference variable, wherever I need the connection, simply I can get the connection, right? Data source dot get connection, guys. That's it. Because you enter some details like some AAA, some AAA, so 909090. So AAA at gmail.com. Okay, enter house number. House number is like 111. Street is like yeah, street is like AAA again. Area is also AAA, right? Exactly. Yes, click on register once. So if everything is going good, data registered successfully, right? Yeah, data inserted successfully, guys. Click here to display the records, guys. If you click here, I think AAA is inserted or not inserted. Inserted, right? Because it means is that connection pooling is working or not working. Definitely connection pooling is working fine, right? Exactly, guys. This is a one way like connection pooling concept, guys. Basic data source class you're taking given by Apache, then we're working with this data, right? Exactly. Yes, yesterday code I commented. Don't think like the baby previous exam is working. Yesterday code I commented, I'm running the code, right? Yesterday code this is commented, today I written the code like this. This code is working or not? Okay, this is like third party given connection pooling. Okay, good. Connection util class you taken, right? Yeah, but now the next approach I'll work. Guys, this approach is clear, huh? Yeah, this approach is clear, right? Exactly. Next approach, if we take server-side connection pooling, guys. Yeah, third server-side connection pooling. See, guys, previously third-party connection pooling means what? Separately, you took the class. In the class, you are doing the configurations. But now server-side connection pooling means what? We no need to take the separate class, guys, basically, because you no need to maintain separate class. Okay. Server-side connection pooling is the first step we have to do. You know what the first step we have to do? You know The first step is like first step you have to do in the Tomcat contains the context.xml file, guys. Tomcat home folder contains a config folder. Config contains a context.xml. In the Eclipse ID means just in Eclipse ID we have the servers folder, right? Just open the servers folder, guys. In the servers folder, step 1 is like servers folder contains directly context.xml file. In the context.xml file, we will maintain the connection pool configurations, guys. The first step is what? Tomcat home folder config and context.xml file is there. Yeah, guys, this is like JNDA, guys. The maintaining the connections at server side, this is called JNDA concept. Java. Yeah, this is like what the concept name is like JNDA concepts, right? Exactly. Yeah, this is like connection pooling information we have to configure, guys. Let me make the connection pooling information. So here we have to make the connection pooling, guys, under the context tag. So here I'll maintain the connection pooling information. Yeah, resource name equal to my pool, guys. Type equal data source. Authentication is called container. So how many active connections you can require? 50 connections. How much time it will wait means 1000 milliseconds. Max ideal connections like some 30. You try to check what is ideal connections and all. System like username, guys. Password is what? The password is manager Ratan. In my system, the password is Ratan. And internally, this basic data source class. Previously, basic data source class is given by Apache vendor. I think I'm using Tomcat server. Tomcat server also given by Apache vendor itself, right? But previously, this class you can check the commons icon arg.apache.commons.dbcp, right? Commons.dbcp. Now here you can see common arg.apache.commons tomcat dbcp, right? Basic data source, guys. And driver class name we have to give, URL pattern we have to give. Because the first step is we have to configure the connection pooling information in connection pooling information in what? Context.xml file, guys. Guys, step 1 is clear. Pool name is what? The name of the pool is my pool. Yes, the name of the pool is what? My pool is a name, right? Exactly. The name of the pool is like my pool, guys. Type is like javax.sql.data source, right? Exactly. Authentication is like container, guys.
Or it could be anything. Name.
Name can be anything. So because name can be anything. See, in your project, we have to get the connection pool, right? Information, right? In your project, how we will get this connection pool information means based on this pool name only. So first step you done, right? Second step you can see in web.xml file in your project. Your project contains web.xml file, right? This is your project web.xml file. In your project, we have to configure your connection pooling information. Yes, we have to configure what? Connection pooling information. Sir, what is the connection pooling information I have to configure? To configure the connection pooling information, we require the tag like this is on resource reference tag required, guys. Yes, resource reference tag required. The type resource authentication is common, guys. The pool name is important for us. It's in the context.xml file, what is the pool name you given and what is authentication you given. So this should be the same here, right? In web.xml file. Pool name is my pool, right? If you give the pool name is different, pool name is the resource res reference name, resource reference name. My pool is a reference name, right? You can give any pool name, guys. Guys, first step, we configure the connection pooling at a server side. Okay, in the context.xml file. Second step, in your application, we have to connect that connection pool, right? In application, to get that connection pooling, we have to configure that connection pooling in your application web.xml file. So in my application web.xml file, I configured connection pooling, right? Exactly. Then your code, guys, your logics, we have to get the connection from that XML file. Guys, my business logic is connecting it to what XML file. XML is connecting with the server actually. Guys, your statement is clear. Here I'm not directly getting the data from the connection pooling, guys. Here I'm getting the data from my XML. First, my request goes to my XML file. My XML file will contact like the corresponding pool information which is there in the JND resource, right? Is that clear now? Good. Sir, how can we get the connection pooling using this data here? Yes, to get the connection pooling here, we require the initial context object. I think initial context data initial context method we have to use. Yeah, you have to get the object of initial context class, guys. Context initial context equal to new initial context. I'm creating object of context object. As context is belongs to naming package, javax.naming package you have to import it. Okay, don't use the Cobra, guys. Naming package a context object I'm creating. This is like parent is holding the child object, guys. Nothing but context initial context equal new initial context, right? It means context is a parent type, initial context is a child type. Context is interface, guys, basically. Guys, context is what? Interface. This is, guys, the java x.naming.context. This interface represents the naming context. Yeah, this name interface represents the naming context, right? Exactly. Yes, initial context is maybe is a implementation class. Is implementation class, right? Exactly. So the interface is holding that implementation class object, right? Exactly. Then you can call like initial context dot this initial context dot what? Initial context dot I think get initial context dot lookup method is there. Yeah, exactly. Initial context dot what? Lookup method is there, guys. Initial context dot lookup method. The lookup of this is environment name we have to give. So I think up to this one is a common, guys. Java environment up to this one is a common, guys. Java colon computer environment. Here you have to give the pool name actually. What the pool name we can configure in XML file, that pool name we have to give here. Okay, that pool name we have to give. That's it, guys. Initial context dot lookup method we are using. So it returns which object, data source object, guys. Because they are type mentioning the data source type, right? Because data source only will get the connection pooling information. So data source object you're getting. That's it. Because once if you get the data source object, then ds dot simply can write the get connection method. See, guys, ds dot get connection method. Get connection method returns what? Attempt to establish a connection with the data source that that this data source object represents. Yeah, this data source object represent which class, guys? That Tomcat DVCB, right? Exactly. So data source data, we can write the method is called what? Get connection method, right? Yeah. Get connection method definitely returns which object, guys? Connection object, right? Exactly. So connection, connection, right? Once the connection object is remaining code is the same, right? Exactly. Yes, first we have to configure the connection pooling information at server side using context.xml. Here we decided pool name is a my pool. That information we have to configure in your project XML file using resource reference tag. From that, the customer can get the data using initial context object. But see, guys, maintaining the connections at server side not that much recommended, guys, because in application level we have to maintain the huge number of connections. Then server contains the data and server contains the connections. Every time we are hitting the server for the connection purpose, right? For every request we are hitting the servers, and for every connection we are hitting the server, number of JND lookups, guys. Generally you can call it JND lookups. Number of JND lookups will be increased, right? Because your connection is there at server side. For every connection we have to get the ask the server, right? Hitting the server, right? Exactly. That generally we can call it as a JND lookups, guys. If anyone said they use the word like JND lookups, means that we are hitting the server to get the connection, right? Exactly. You see, guys, lookup method, what it will do? Retrieve the named object, lookup name for the details. It retrieves the what? Retrieves the named object. Return the data source object, guys, simply. Good. Yeah, so same code you can I copy this code to the display servlet. The display servlet also you can comment this code, previous code. Then you can make this code, guys. That's it. Okay, first case I'm writing the physical connection, normal connection. Second case, what we are doing? Second case we are writing the connection pool, third party connection pooling. Next case I'm making what initial context object, right? Exactly. Good, guys. Okay, see, if I run this application, because I didn't configure the jar file at server side, I have to copy some jar file, guys. The jar file, just I click on the project, run on server. So click on next, click on finish, restart server, you can restart it. restart the server, we can restart it once. Yeah, the server will start. Application is open. Can you make some BBB here? BBB here. So 88989 or something like bbb@gmail.com, something like this. So house number some 1222. So street is like BBB. So area is like BBB, right? Exactly. Because if we click on register button, see guys, we got the issue. Why you got the issue, guys? They say like this class is not working, right? Class not found exception, because intentionally I didn't make the jar file. I didn't place the jar file. Didn't make the jar file. We got the issue, right? We can make the jar file, the application working fine. So that this approach is working perfectly, right? This approach is working perfectly or not? Because we configured the context.xml file, that information is configured, but due to commons, Argyle, Apache, Tomcat, DBCP, jar file required, guys. Jar file required. Yeah. To download the jar file, I given the link also for that. I try to download the jar file. Okay. Yeah. Today I'll make complete application. I'll share you today, because yesterday I didn't share the application, but the complete code today I'll share you. Try to complete the practical code, guys. So see this jar file name. I think in my system in the downloads folder you can see. Yeah. In downloads folder at last you can see like comms hyphen. See this code, guys. Comms tomcat-dbcp.jar. We can download this jar file, guys. Because previous commons-dbcp, commons-dbcp, commons-pool for the Apache vendor, third-party connection pooling. This is the commons, guys. This is like tomcat-dbcp. You can copy this tomcat-dbcp, tomcat-dbcp, place in the lib folder, right? Exactly. Because after placing the lib folder, now try to give attempt. Try to give an attempt for this. So yeah, click on next, click on finish, restart server, connected, restart it once. Actually it is reloading fine, but let me restart for safe side, then everything is going good. Yeah, so now let me share with the BB values. BBB, so something like 808080, something like this. So BBB sample data case, that's up to you, but filling this maybe in the every time. BBB, something like this. Click on register, guys. Now we got the message like data inserted successfully, right? It means once if you make the jar file working fine or not, it says that the third approach is also perfectly working, right? Exactly. First, yesterday we done the just a physical connection you're writing. Today I'm maintaining the connection pooling, right? I'm not writing the connection logic, guys. Someone will maintain the connection logic, then I'm simply getting the connection, right? Yes, here I'm not writing any connection logic. What I'm doing here, simply I'm getting the get connection I'm using. Here also get connection I'm using, right? Here get connection directly written. Here resource pool, your pool name is that's what I'm converting the pool name, get the connection, right? Exactly. So we are not responsible to create the connection and all, guys. Display all the records. Maybe BBB is inserted or not inserted. Definitely BBBB 800808080 is inserted, right? Exactly. Click here to add the records. See existing details, something like this, guys. Because if you want, you can change the pool name while configuring the pool name. If you didn't give some different pool name, XYZ pool name, you try to run the server once. If you give a different pool name, right? If the pool name is different, means what mapping is not done properly, right? So when the mapping is not done properly, definitely get the proper error messages. Yeah, in the console itself during server startup itself, because during mm, yeah, you try to do the data, guys. So some data we can enter, some data we can enter, some data we can enter. So some data we can enter, some data we can enter. Click on what register button. So if you click on register button, then what happened, guys? Oh my god, data insert successfully. Why connection name is wrong? Show, click here to show the records. Oh my god. Reference name is wrong. Reference name is wrong. Reference name is wrong, right? Resource reference name should be the pool name. By showing the data. Here, if we change the pool name, is the pool is directly connected to the database, server side connection. Give something like this. Yeah, I click on the project, run on server. So click on next, click on finish, restart server once, restart the server once. RRR 7868 something like RRR. Good. House number is like 123, street is like something like this, area something like this. Click on register. Yeah,
Yes.
now it's showing issue. Yeah, it's saying like what? The name KSS is not bound to this context. Unable to find the KSJFCH something like this, right? Yeah, we got error like this, guys. Guys, you try to check what is this web.xml file resource reference. If you give the any name is working fine, right? Actually, we expected a previous version maybe address. Let me try once, okay? So you try to check this resource reference tag, what exactly it is doing, and you try to check. I'll give the updation in tomorrow class maybe. Yeah, generally can give the resource reference name is my pool name. So with the reference only we are calling, but if you change the reference, some case working fine. You try to check in your system and you try to Google it. What is the resource reference tag? But resource reference tag. Then here you can make the my pool, right? Exactly. Yeah, this is like total 3 ways you'll maintain the connection, guys. One is like directly writing the connection, class.for name and all. Second way, get a connection.utils, direct third party connection polling. This is like server side connection pooling, right? Because out of 3 approaches, first approach is not recommended, last approach, server side connection pooling also not recommended, guys. So third party's vendor is connection pooling is recommended because that someone is maintain the connection, just you can try to get the connections and use the connections, right? Try to get the connections and what you can use the connections, guys. Sorry, clear now? Yeah, there's information, guys. Good. Because you try to check the resource difference, why once if we change the pooling is working fine, why it is working, and is a fixed name, and maybe which version is mandatory the same, different versions. Like you try to Google and you try to, while running the example, you try to observe the difference and you try to let me know in next class. Vidya, Rani, anyone, even Amit, anyone. Try to do that work and try to let me know, guys, why it is showing that issue. Okay, fine, good. Guys, any other questions? Yeah, guys, can I take the var file deployment now? I can take the var file deployment next class.
We can take it, sir.
Now we can take it. Okay,
Yes.
good. Yes, to deploy this var file into server, guys, first of all, you can take any application, maybe, yeah, you can take any application, guys. Web content folder, form.html file. Yeah, it's fine. You can take any application. First, let me create this file. You can create the var file, guys. For the today example, let me create the var file. So Otherwise, can I take the previous example, guys? Solid config versus context. Solid config versus context. This is my solid config versus context object, right? Solid config object versus solid context object, guys. For this one, I want to create the var file. Guys, to create the var file, generally we have the commands. In the command prompt approach, you can use the command jar-cvf is there. But in Eclipse IDE, we have the option like import and export options are there. Import and export options are there. So you can go for the export option now. You want to export the project, right? Export the project. Export the project here. Export the project. You can go for the web, guys. Here you can check the web now. Web contains the var file, right? Web contains the var file. Just select the var file, guys. So click on next. So click on next. Select the project, web project, which project you are creating var file. Context config example, right? And you see the destination where you want to save your code. So I want to save my var file. So browse the destination directory, guys. In local disk E, I want to save it. Config context, right? See, guys, save as a type is what extension dot var, right? Exactly. Click on save, guys. So it's saying like location is what local disk E context config dot var. Okay, select which here showing all the projects available project. Which project you want to create the var file, where location you want to save, right? Exactly. Just click on finish. That's it. Simply go to the file menu, click on export, import or export. In export, go to the web. In a web, you can select the var file. Click on next, select the project, which project you want, which location you want to save your var file. Click on the finish, right? That's it. Yes, go on check this.
All the files in that var file, sir.
Var file is a zip file, right? We are creating zip file, but zip file including HTML, jars, and everything.
No.
Everything is included in that zip file, right? Yes, while running the normal server, because I want to deploy that application to server. So you don't close the Eclipse IDE, guys, because Eclipse IDE internet Tomcat is running, right? Maybe it creates some issues. You can close the Eclipse IDE. Go and check where is your var file is there. So open this local disk E, local disk E. The var file is created. See, yeah, context config.var, guys. Context config.var, right? Exactly. If you want, I can extract this var file, guys. I will show you in next class how to extract this var file. But as of now, let me deploy this var file into the server, right? Exactly. Guys, where is your server? First of all, you start the server, program files, Apache Foundation, Tomcat 9.0. We can go for the which folder, guys? Start the server, bin folder, so Tomcat 9, right? Exactly. You start the server. Yeah, once if we start the server will start. Protocol handler initialization failure. Okay, fine. Good. Good. Just open the command prompt, guys. I think what's the port number, enable port number, you can see. Yeah. Yes, with the port number here we can see like port number, right? Web application directory. I think 9999 is a port number. Let me try once. So local host
888.
9999. I think local host is spelling wrong.
You have created new workspace and you have changed the port number, no, sir.
Yeah, that's what. See, when you change the port number in Eclipse ID, that is reflected to only that ID. Because when you configure the Eclipse ID, when you configure the Tomcat server in Eclipse ID, for the Eclipse ID, one Tomcat copy will be taken. One Tomcat copy will be taken, and whatever the applications you are running with that to Eclipse ID, those all running with the under the Tomcat under the Eclipse ID Tomcat. There, I think I given the port number is what 8888, right? It means
Yes.
that 888 is for that copy actually. But this is a local, that is a local copy to the Eclipse ID. Okay, but this is a local copy or global copy?
Global.
This is there in our machine, right? So Tomcat is username, Tomcat is the password, Tomcat is username, Tomcat is password. If you observe here, if it is working here means actually the Tomcat server contains two applications, right? Config, context, and a database application, right? Are you able to see those applications here?
No.
No, right? It means what? The Tomcat server is a local copy to the Eclipse ID, and what are the applications you deployed? Those applications are deployed in Tomcat Eclipse ID local copy. That is different. But this is the Tomcat server local copy, Eclipse ID local copy, our system copy, right? Here I want to deploy now. Here, if you want to deploy, I want to deploy the WAR file, right? Now below we have the option like WAR file to deploy. You can choose the WAR file. Where is your WAR file is there? Click on choose WAR file. Go to the local disk E. In local disk E, we have the WAR file is what? Config context WAR, right? Yeah, this is a context config WAR is there. Click on OK, open button. That's it. So we got that WAR file location, right? Config context .war here. Yeah, just click on choose the file, guys. Config context yeah, config and open the file, guys. Make sure that here the file name should be there, right? Context config example.var. Click on deploy, guys. That's it. If you click on deploy, you got the message like okay. If anything is failed, so we got the message like context loading is failed here. You get the message like this. Guys, once if it is okay means in the applications list we can see that application. See guys, for the application name here, the
Context.
application config context config APP, right? Exactly. Running status is true, guys. We can run the application. It's not a problem. If you want, you can undeploy the application, reload the application, or stop the application. It's up to you, right? Exactly. Guys, see, let me click on this application now. Automatically, application will start. This is the URL pattern we will share to the clients. So localhost 999 is this location. My project is there, right? If you click on this, you'll get the first select information. If you click on this hyperlink, this select information you're getting, right? Exactly. Is it clear now? Is it deployed or not deployed? Deployed, right? Yeah. Like that, you will create the WAR file, guys, and you will deploy the globally in the server like this. Create the deploy and create the WAR file and deploy the WAR file. Is it clear now? Good. Guys, we have some more approach for the deployments. So next class, I'll meet in Monday class. We'll go for some deployments concepts, guys. Today, just you can try to work with the connection pooling, third-party connection pooling, and carousel connection pooling. But server-side connection pooling, that reference resource tag, you try to check once. Even I change the name, you got the output. But in application, if you change the name, we are not getting output. Just you try to check what is the resource reference name is taking. So that application working fine. So mostly you're going for the third-party APIs, not JNA lookups. It's fine. And you can create the WAR file and deploy the WAR file into the Tomcat server in the local host, guys. In your system, what the Tomcat server is there, you try to install it. So yeah, that's all for today, class, guys. Meet in Monday. We'll continue. Bye.
So can you copy paste?
Yeah, complete example and paste once. Let me give me some time. Yeah, this is like customer.html. This is like connection pooling. Yeah, up to this one, right? Up to this one. This is a connection pooling information. This is a jar file location. This third party connection pooling data. This is the display servlet is there. This is like customer servlet is there. This is like XML file data where we'll the modifications. XML data, and this is like customer details, right? Exactly. What will be the database? I think this is required. Okay, good. So protest.com/adv java 10 am. So password is java java. So this is like database application, right? Working with the database.
Yes.
Check that point. We'll meet in tomorrow. Monday we'll continue.